everybody, this is Brian from PNB Homesteading, and I wanted to go out and do some yard walk video today with you and do some other videos. So let's go out and take a tour around the little urban homestead. Alright. Here comes one of the grazing animals. There's many. See, our garden boxes are flourishing very well. Yeah, we got our tomatoes and tomatillos hanging over the side. Got some cherry tomatoes over there getting ready to be harvested eventually, maybe in another couple weeks. Some of the other tomatoes up here, you can see them going across the top. I'll do a video separate on this one later after I do this, but it sounds like the birds are pretty active out here today. You can hear all of them. Let's go up to the upper yard first. I'll show you guys the new watering system I put in for the new variegated regala we're going to have. A little propagation bed. I propagated that variegated regala. We're going to be putting it up here on the hillside. So I put in a new watering system. It's nothing fancy, but it'll keep everything hydrated. We're just getting everything set up and dialed in now. There's the garden boxes. You can see the peas and beans coming up, bush beans. Of course, up here, last night, Edgar decided he wanted to play in this box, so he tore up some of the peas, and that wasn't very nice of him. There's one of the new watering sprinklers there, over there on that side there. And that actually will spray down into the yard. You can see it's all nice and moist up here now. It's always been very dry up here, but these are just your typical, orbit in-ground sprinklers with the rotary, mechanism inside to have a rotating head as the water hits it. And I mounted onto a little post, stuck it here, and then this basically is going to go down along the fence line over this way, just like about there, over there, so that way it can hit the bamboo and all the trees and everything here. And we're going to put the variegated wagala like in somewhere in here. Put one, put another one down there, a couple down there. And up here, upper hillside, got two more. That way we kind of start hydrating this area, because this whole area here used to be just drip lines strung across, and it was not getting enough water. As you can tell, my little aster, he didn't make it there. I think that's what that one was called. But it's a bulb type plant, so it should come back hopefully next year. But yeah, up here, walk through some spider webs. There's two more I put up here, same type. Just run with regular old garden hose, and then I put together little pipe pieces, work them together. And so these, if I sit down at this angle, I'll shoot down along here, go across here. I have one set for short distance and one set for long distance, further down, so one can reach clear down to the the pawpaw tree right down there, into that area. That little kind of island I have by that birdhouse that has the red mason bee home on it. Yeah, this area is going to start getting some more water, so that'll be good. Because I'm also going to be putting variegated wagala right up in here, another one here, a bunch of them right around this house here, this birdhouse. So then we'll have a nice bit of color up here. Besides the, you can tell that it didn't get a lot of water up here this year. It was really dry because this is one of our hydrangeas. It's barely hanging on. I had to come up and hand water it most times. And I want to get our bamboo to flourish. It just needed a boost of having water up here. And test this here. Yeah, the soil's starting to stay nice and moist. I'm supposed to have up to 102 today. Labor Day 2017. Monday. But you never know. We might get there, we might not. Let's go over here and show you the blueberries are coming on. And there's that blueberry bushes. Remember I told you in the last video I did up a yard walk. Two of them didn't have any drip lines around them. So they look like they're starting to come back. We got some greenery coming back on them. You can see right in there. So hopefully these guys are going to come back. That one there is definitely coming back. You can see you've got a lot of green shoots coming up. And then also put the here's the other watering one behind our trumpet vine here. It just kind of pops up. Nice orbit, little sprinkler head there. And I also tied into the existing drip system that we used to have back up over here. I'm running that back along down here and giving an extra drink to the bamboo down there. So we got some drip lines around the bamboo here. You can see this bamboo's got a lot of new shoots coming up. And this is a running type of bamboo. So if you don't want to have bamboo that's going to go popping up everywhere, don't put running bamboo. Use clumping. So like this one here, this is a clumping variety. And so is this up here. Pretty much all the ones going up the hillside up there, those are clumping types of bamboo. So they'll get a clump of bamboo, and the rhizomes underneath will actually just kind of circle around and just expand out in a, kind of a linear fashion. I don't know if that'd be linear. Convexile? I can't remember all that mathematics stuff I used to have to study for my computer science degree. Anyway, all that calculus sure paid off. 4 years. Anyway, let's go down here. I guess we'll go this way. Down along the fence. We've got a bamboo. We've got some clumping down here. And this is a runner bamboo, but the runner bamboos I kind of put a little box around just to kind of cage them in for the most part. But they will have runners that come out. And I don't mind if they go out expanding a little bit, but then when they do get to an area where I don't want them, I'll just cut them off. And that's part of being a gardener that has bamboo. You have to, it's a maintenance thing. You can't just let it run, or you'll have bamboo going everywhere and it'll destroy the aesthetic of what you're trying to achieve. Some of the tomatoes, we've been harvesting these. Paula's been making her salsas and her canned tomatoes. You can see here's some more down in there. Look, the devil horn. There's some pink boar there. And here's some more over here. We need to harvest. So these are some of the Montesinos. I pointed those out before. And this looks like a German Johnson or a Rose OG. Can't remember which one's which. Popsicle sticks are starting to fade off and drop away. Can't see the popsicle stick for that one, so that's the mystery tomato. Let's go down. We'll go back down this way. We picked a lot of tomatoes this year. We did have 66 tomato bushes, so these are the ones along the fence, and I did increase I tied this into the drip line that's going back up over there, and I turned it up so I can give a little more water now to this. This isn't doing too bad for a second year box. The soil is pretty dry over here, so they're not going to be as vigorous unless I actually put a dedicated sprinkler system over here. I do have, in the earlier videos you saw the spring, there's loops of drip line in here, going into a main feeder drip tube. So each one of these plants has a ring around it of drip line, so they stay pretty hydrated for the most part. Tomatoes don't need to have their feet soaking wet, but they're doing better. Last year, these guys, I think maybe I got about height, about 2 feet, maybe 3 feet, but it's getting close to the end of the summer, so they're petering out. Let's get back over here. Here's a Granny Smith apple tree. We've had a couple apples picked off of this already, but they're not really ripe yet. Let's go over to the peach. I'll show you the peach. This is the peach that we took the 54 peaches off of, and you can still see there's quite a few peaches left on this peach tree. But yeah, they're getting ripe. We'll be able to pick these in another. They're not soft yet. There's Paula up on the deck with all the pugs just staring at me. There's sunflowers. This is that sunflower island I put in for Paula, and she's been taking some pictures with her DSLR camera of the bees sitting on the sunflowers. But, yeah, always nice to look at. I was hoping that these would be something that would be visible from the kitchen window, but as you can tell back behind there, the tomato insanity of this year pretty much took over all my trellises and killed off everything that was supposed to be growing on the trellises. All my beans. We only had a very light harvest of anything else besides tomatoes. Here's our tomatoes in a bag. The experiment that I was doing this year for you guys to put on video. The compost tea one, and then the non-compost tea. There's our little fig tree. He's really got, I mean, this is a turkey fig. He's really put on some size, and these are the guys that I got from Stark Brothers that were misshipped. I mean, improperly shipped is like what I could say is. They were good enough to give me the money back for them, but I thought I would try and save the ones. I mean, they were just smashed up and, you know, broken over, and this looks like the only one that I've got that actually survived of the 6 that I had shipped. But all the other ones, they kind of just died off. But, you know, tomatoes, we're getting a lot of harvest off of this bush especially. This one here is finally starting to come on and ripen a lot of its fruit. So we're gonna have some good tomatoes off of here. These are the pink boar tomatoes. But yeah, you can see there's still a lot of tomatoes coming on there. I mean, and you can see here's some tomatoes, and look at these tomato plants. These things are just crazy. Going clear up over here. Paula's been coming out here and trimming off the lower limbs as she picks some, so that way she can, and she's been thinning these out when I'm at work, so I thank her for that. If I didn't have her helping me with all this, this would be overwhelming. Some more tomatoes down there. Lots of tomatoes, lots of tomatoes. But she is making lots of salsa. There's a tomato on the ground here. Grab this one. Hopefully a slug didn't get to him yet. Look at that. These things are getting so big they're just falling off the vines. Wow. I mean, they're just everywhere up through here. Back in there. You can see there's a bunch we got to harvest this week. We're gonna have so much salsa. And we love salsa. Over here. More of the Montesinos. Let's go back around this box. Yeah, little birds, I know. I'm interrupting your feeding. That's not calm around. Look at those guys. These columnar apples sure have gotten tall. They gotta be at least 10 feet now. There's some more of our brandy wine variants. Look at the size of those guys. Nice and pink, full. There's another one. Is that one tomato? Jeez, that's huge. And our cabbage, you can see it's really coming along. I'm going to pick some of these leaves and do some more sauteing. There's some more tomatoes. Look at the size of those guys back there. Freaking monsters. Some right there. Wildflowers. There's some birds getting their morning breakfast. Looks like Paula's heading out to do some watering. There's Edgar, Benny, and Gus. There's the lower side of our yard. Around this way. Show you the blackberry bushes. These are thornless. storing this blackberry, so these make it nice. You see we got a lot of berries coming on. Paula's picked out, I think, I don't know, the other day she picked like 2 more quart bags full for these 2 blackberry bushes. These thornlets are nice. Makes a nice little web here. And then what I do is I cut this back in the winter, and then I fed a couple of these things back into the base down there and let them come back up through. I'm no blackberry expert, but it seems to be coming back year after year. 2 years now. 3rd year coming on. A lot of prep for the fall. A lot of chop and drop. Some more tomatoes. You guys must get tired of seeing all these tomatoes. There's my beautiful wife, Paula.
Hello.
Some more tomatoes. I'm gonna have to harvest these out probably this week. You can see those big posts that I put in with the twine. 2x2s. These tipped over. They got so much growth on there. Not so heavy. They're tipping inward. So hopefully they'll hang on just a few more weeks, and at the end of summer we'll pull them all down. There's this box here. That's kind of the update for the yard. Guess I'll spin this around. Now that Paula's here, she can sign off.
Hey, it's Paula.
And Brian from PNB Homesteading. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
All right, bye.